Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be talking about the 2020 movie Sonic the Hedgehog, starring Ben Schwartz, James Marsden, and Jim Carrey. After discovering a small, blue, and very fast hedgehog, a small-town police officer is thrown into a situation where he has to defeat an evil genius who wants to do experiments on the blue hedgehog, whose name is Sonic. Starting off with the cast of Sonic the Hedgehog, I think Ben Schwartz, who plays Sonic here, is very good. Sonic definitely sounds like an adult here, which I think is appropriate, but I think that Ben Schwartz was able to bring a sort of childlike quality to Sonic that really works here. The character of Sonic really hasn't had a parental figure for a lot of his life, and so having that sort of innocent, young quality to him really helps sell the character that they're trying to convey. I think the only place I've seen Ben Schwartz other than this in a more major setting is the Netflix series Space Force, and I honestly really didn't dig his character there, but here I really liked how he kind of portrayed Sonic. I think there were a few lines in Sonic that were a bit unbelievable, but I honestly think that's a little bit more of a writing problem, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, so stay tuned for that. James Marsden, who plays the aforementioned small-town police officer, is also quite good in Sonic. He's very good in the sort of supporting role that he has in the movie, even if he doesn't bring anything shocking or crazy to the table like some of the other cast members in the movie. He sort of plays the straight man who plays against all the other characters in the movie, and it really works. I really like how James Marsden's character works in this movie. And finally, the man, the myth, the legend, Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik in Sonic. He is really good here. Honestly, he steals the show in every single scene he's in. Almost every time on screen, unless they're trying to be serious, he's really funny. And he takes lines that would just be meh on paper and really elevates them to be something really engaging and enigmatic, which Jim Carrey always does really well, but I think he does especially well here. He's definitely given free rein to go full Jim Carrey on everybody, and it really works. I really love Jim Carrey in Sonic. As for the story, I think the plot is quite solid in Sonic. The only thing I would say is that a few times it dips into some sort of plot cliches and things that a lot of movies today are doing. For instance, the movie opens on an action scene that happens later in the movie, which is something that a lot of movies have done recently. Uncharted is one of them. I guess it came out later, but I've definitely seen a trend of the cool action scene being placed at the start of the movie, and that was a little bit cliche. Overall, the plot is very fun, but it's definitely not something that we've never seen before. Personally, for the most part, a movie that's kind of been done before really doesn't detract from the fun experience of a movie, but when you think about it, it's definitely not the most original film out there. I think the writing is overall good, funny, and sometimes witty even. Even though the movie certainly isn't perfect, it's able to create this really fun, entertaining environment, which is honestly even better than I remember 2 years ago when I first saw it. The second viewing was even more fun. This was a really great movie to just kick back and watch. And generally, I found the writing pretty solid. The only big issue I have with the writing is that sometimes there are these big, sort of heroic statements that feel very corny and forced, and those overall don't work for me. Statements like, "You can't beat them, they're my friends, and friendship never dies." Like, that's not a real line from the movie, but you get my idea. Those sort of big, heroic statements are just kind of things that people would never say, and they feel quite forced in the movie. Overall, I think the CG for Sonic is pretty solid. There are definitely a few times where you can kind of tell there's some visual effects going on. I mean, apart from the talking hedgehog in the movie, but you know that's CG. But honestly, not only are the effects solid, but there's a great backstory behind them. The fact that Jeff Fowler, who's the director of this movie, and the team really listened to a lot of the feedback that happened when the first trailer came out with the weird, creepy teethed Sonic design came out. They took the time to go back and listen to the fans somewhat and really kind of rework Sonic into the really cool design he has today. And so I really appreciate that for one of the first times in Hollywood that the studio and the people working on the movie actually really listened to the people who the franchise really meant a lot to, and ended up elevating their work beyond what it was at before. Overall, I think the score in the movie is solid. I think that at times it would have been really nice if we had gotten a little bit more of the sort of Sonic themes, even if it's more obscure ones from later levels in the first or second or third original games. I think that would have been really nice, especially because in the opening logo and a few times more towards the end of the movie, there are those musical moments that I recognize from having played the games before. And to be honest with you, at the start of the movie, when that music started playing, I nearly got goosebumps. It was really good, and I just wish they had brought a little bit more of the Sonic score into the movie. The score is certainly serviceable, but that was just something I noticed while I was watching. Overall, Sonic is a fun and funny family flick to watch that entertained me arguably even more on a second viewing. I'm gonna give Sonic the Hedgehog a +2. So what did you think of Sonic the Hedgehog? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to be doing my review on Sonic 2 very shortly, as well as Ambulance, directed by Michael Bay. But until then, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later.